YouTube, we are taking a spin at the Tinker Cube traditional style best of three. See what this pack has in store for us. So the things I'm immediately drawn to, Fire Prophecy seems pretty good and limited. Sweltering Suns is also interesting, but I find that being in red usually, right, you want to be playing creatures or doing some kind of aggressive strat, maybe not doing board wipes. But board wipes are powerful. It's also like Banishing Light, which is decent in white. Looking at Emil here, be an interesting build around commander, or not commander, but build around first pick. Kind of go for like the Blink Yorion style decks. But I am down to start with the Fire Prophecy. I think it's a decent enough start, pretty versatile. Most decks are going to need some sort of removal. And what do we got here? Okay, so I'm looking at hieroglyphic. Oh god, hieroglyphic illumination. That's enticing. Could be kind of taking us towards. Is it spells? That is an archetype here. There is also a Ruin Crab though, and a Vantress Gargoyle, and a Scorch Spitter. So if I take the Scorch Spitter, I could try to force mono red aggro. There is also Piper the Swarm, which is interesting as well. It's kind of a take over the board kind of card all by itself, although it's not the most exciting one. It's not like a Tenderfoot or Tendershoot Dryad, where just literally make a ton of Saprolings and you'll win the game off of that. Those rats don't really get buffed by anything, but is powerful in like the mono black or sacrifice archetypes. Also Vantress Gargoyle, I'm looking at that too. That's powerful. It's hard to tell here. I think we're gonna try to go for the Illumination. See if Spells is open. Ominous Seas is interesting. There's also Augur of Bolas in this pack too. I think Ominous Seas is a bit of a higher payoff though, huh? And it would lend itself to kind of playing more very control-y as it spells. Taking things a bit slow. Blood Crypt is interesting as well though, I'm definitely fond of picking lands highly. Kind of experienced that in the Vintage Cube, but I think here we don't really know what you're up to and there aren't fetches, right? So they're not as great, even though I love taking shock lands. I think we'll go with the Ominous Sea here. There's the Temple, Selindi Vision. Now, if you'll notice too, red seems to be drying up, right? So I'm gonna have to pivot here. Let's see. All the glitters is interesting. Could try to go for like blue, white auras, that kind of deal. Core, Spirit Dancer, Curiosity, Staggering Insight, all those fun enchantments. Or I could just kind of pick Selindi Vision here, play it safe. I think I'm inclined to do that. Selindi Vision is really great in those spells type decks. I'm not sure that I want to be pivoting yet. There's that Curious Obsession that I was mentioning earlier. Could take that and try to go mono blue. Other considerations are the Triumph. I'm eyeing that. Be a nice mana source or something to cycle. But it would also lend itself to maybe splashing green for something. Not sure what I want to splash green for, but I guess we'll kind of try taking the Curious Obsession here. See if it's going to pay off. Okay, there's a Thassa's Intervention, also a Bubble Snare, and a Banefire. Those are the three I think I'd consider. But I do like me an Intervention. Counterspell or a Dig, that's really great. Okay. So we have some interesting choices here. I think because we have the Obsession and we have kind of that spell theme going, I think we're going to want to take the Terramender here. We don't really need to do much proliferating. Although I guess it could be good with Ominous Siege, but that's kind of really a niche interaction, I think. There's Midnight Clock, but I think Terramender's better here. Could wheel the clock, depending on what my opponents are up to. But, I mean, thus far we're starting off on an okay mono blue deck. And if we do end up playing red, you know, we could have some good interactivity. Ooh, oh, this pack! Oh, this pack! Oh my god, okay. Braid, Temple, Blink, Flame Spill. Oh my god. And the Conjecture. I guess we're gonna take the Blink. See what wheels. Okay, there's a Wind Robber. Baron. Probably not. I guess you go with Wind Robber. He's an obsession target, and if we do find Curiosity, we can kind of just really go hard on mono blue. Okay, so we see a Vantress Gargoyle. Also a Ruin Crab. I think we take the Gargoyle here. Getting 7 cards in their graveyard, though, could be tricky. You know, Augur of Bolas. Yeah, I think we can take that. Not sure if we're going to play it. Let's see the density of spells we end up with. All the glitters is interesting. We could end up pivoting to, like I said before, the enchantment style deck. With a little bit of control. Protect my precious spells. I guess we'll take an Essence Scatter. Bubble Snare could be okay. Good way to force through an attack when we get to 4, or if they end up attacking aggressively, we can kind of slow them down. Okay, what do we got here? So there's a Neutralize, there's a Solemn, Wilds in case we do end up wanting to splash white. The Unsummon, I think, is maybe the best pick though, right? It's such a great tempo play. And it can really clear the way for some gross stuff with that session. Or just a game-ending play with, you know, all the glitters. Now here, there's that Eagle. There's also a Siren Storm Tamer. We have a lot of flyers so far. I guess by a lot, I mean 2. No, 3 if you count the Gargoyle. Not sure how often it's going to be attacking. Like I said earlier. So do we take Eagle? Do we take the Storm Tamer? We take the so all the glitters wheeled. I think the Eagle's gonna wheel. I think we're gonna take the Storm Tamer here. Okay, what have we got now? Cartouche of Knowledge is interesting. Also Fearless Fledgling. Only have 5 creatures so far. Question of if Cartouche is going to wheel or not. Which of these two do I think is more likely to wheel? I guess we'll take the Cartouche of Knowledge. The fact that it cantrips is going to be pretty essential, I think. Okay, your choices are basically between... No, I could pick Dorat. With a lot of non-creatures, and we aren't sure which direction we're going, whether white or red. Alternative would be the Serendib Ifrit. One of many 3-mana spells. And because the fact that Dorat is mono or multicolored, it might wheel. Okay, we'll pick that Ifrit. Now kind of, I think, is the spot where we have to pivot. Take that hallowed fountain. Winged words might wheel. I think we'll take the hallowed fountain. Try to see if that pivot's open. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Spear dancer. That is a pivot rewarded. So I'll put you away for now. Now here I'm looking around. Witching Well isn't that great. Gustwalker, I don't know if it's particularly great either. Ventress could be okay. We're pretty heavy blue right now, so I don't know that that's going to be a problem casting it. Nothing really here. Could take Draw and Lock. It's a pretty good card. Run a many ETBs. I think we're going to want to take the Neutralize as a sideboard card potentially, or main deck, depending on how many playables we are able to secure. We'd love to find Staggering Insight. Okay, but Empyrean Eagle did wheel, so we were rewarded for that. I think we want to take the Eagle over the Oracle. I guess we take the Steam Vents here, because I'm probably not playing it. We're at, I guess, Winged Words. Guess we take the Eternal. And that also makes a token too. It's nothing to ignore. Okay, what have we got here? Indomitable Will, Flash Enchantment. There's the Parted Deckhand, but that can't. That's a non-bow with enchantments, right? You would have to sacrifice it. Indomitable, excuse me, Will is kind of eh. It's probably gonna wheel. Power End's Invocation is interesting. Could be an okay top end. Make a bunch of flyers, help just kind of end the game. I'll take the Invocation here. Okay. It's a Temple of Enlightenment, but it is a tap land, which might be not what we really want here. This kind of aggressive deck where we have a lot of 1-drops, right? Plus it might wheel too. So I'm eyeing a Warrant. It's kind of interesting. Plus it's a decent, late game thing too. Just make a big flyer. Could help close the game out. Alternatively, like Grateful Apparition or something. Yeah, we took the Warrant. It's tough call. Oh, this is a tough one too. I think we take the Spectral Sailor though. That is just such a bonkers card. Great mana sink, 1-drop, flash, flying. Sign me up. Blissful Fortress, that's a good pickup. I'll take that. There's Opt. It's always a great one. Also Elite Guard Mage, but I think that's going to wheel. I think we'll take Opt. Those cheap spells, try to dig for my answers or my removal, as the case may be. I guess answers and removal could be considered the same thing, but dig for creatures or value or removal, etc., etc. Let's say please is okay, I guess. I have to make sure I have enough creatures to actually do things with all my enchantments. Second is probably what I should take here. Nice cheap flyer. There's Loyal Pegasus, that's also a nice cheap flyer. Okay, what have we got? Dominable Will did wheel. Also it's a Healy with a lot of non-creatures. Departed Deckhand. Interesting. It can all close out the game too, because it can make things unblockable. So I think we'll take it for that purpose, if none other. I guess we'll take a tempo. Not sure I should be playing it though. Threnody Singer seems good. Nice cheap flyer. Everyone's, I guess. Okay, so Elite Guard Mage did wheel. I think that's better than kind of taking a single mill card. Okay, so we'll take out the Star of Extinction. We have 2 4-drops. Like I said before, I can probably get away with cutting a land here. I think we're gonna try cutting the temple. Because like I said, I have such a low curve, I don't really want to be spending a turn to tap land. I could be getting in for damage or setting up a nice curiosity effect or something, or just a giant spirit dancer. Now that I have Spirit Dancer 2, maybe I should reconsider setting up the bubble snare. Four mana for 2 2/2s. Admittedly with flying. What the rate on that is, I don't know how good that is. I do have like 7 1-drops. Or 8 1-drops even. Nice 1 mana spells. Curve is so low. A warrant maybe. Tough call. We'll try this. Okay, we're on the play with our Azorius Idly deck. This is not a good hand. This is risky. 45% chance to draw a land though. I have a curious obsession nonetheless. Wicked mull to 5. It's like a 45% chance this hand is, or like a 55% chance this hand is just unplayable. Mulligan. Okay, this is better. Send back the invocation and vision. Both colors. We'll start off with Wind Robber. Very refined. Our curiosity. Or the curious obsession, rather. Back for 1. Milling against the mono black deck is kind of suspect. But it's the only choice I have, really. It's a sacrifice deck, perhaps. Those Rakdos colors in full force. priest. There's the sacrificing I mentioned. We're gonna go. We're just going to run out Singer. And I guess with this, all the glitters, the Singer. Kind of all I can do. Alternate would be to run out this Storm Tamer, allow us to counter the priest effect. It targets me. Okay, they do play the third land though. They were eyeing the Singer. Okay, Banefire the Wind Robber, sure. Attack for 1, sure. Another land though. Their combat, attack for 2. Run out the Storm Tamer. Pass. Go to combat, swing both. Play Plains. Okay, Auto Tapper's my friend today. Play Aven Eternal, Mass 1. So, kind of doing it on a mull of 5, though. You're dead, not dead, but destroyed by a board wipe right now. Anything from a Languish? Oh, that's scary. Oh, that's scary. No. Oh, it did what? Oh, I dead on board. Sent their priest to its grave. Then Bolus' Citadel. Yeah, they only have 5 life though. Okay. The mull to 5 on the play. Oh my god. Okay. Got there though. Opponent seems to be kind of playing some kind of a slow, maybe mono black. We had not mono black, god. We saw they had 3 colors. We saw they were Grixis. Kind of a Grixis sacrifice, control, value deck maybe. The fact that I can just get so aggressive and get their life down means that their Citadel isn't going to be that great. So one of their top ends is already kind of not doing so hot. The neutralize could still be very effective. Could talk about the invocation or another counter spell. Like, right, if I can just get on the board and just counter a couple things, get some tempo plays going, I think that'll be it. And those Drakes just paying 4, probably tapping out for 2/2/2. It doesn't seem like a good feel. Alright, back in it. Opponent took a mulligan. I think we're in a mulligan as well. No creatures is no bueno. This is actually interesting. Maybe try keeping 6 here. Guess we can send back in all the glitters. We need 2 things for it to go right. Namely, a plains. We need to draw one of those. White source. When it starts with a Shadow Spear, their thing. Run out of Wind Robber. We can go with Storm Tamer. Or bounce whatever they play. Eventually. We'll see. We'll see. They have Swamp. They have Priest. Sure. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Oh, they hit a Lockmere Serpent. It's a little awkward. But we're gonna run on our hopefully flying force here. 3 flyers. 2/2. No big deal, no big deal. Opponent could just equip their spear onto their priest, start swinging for 2. Gain 2 life, but we're gonna crack back for 3. And if we get another land, we can throw down one of our 3-drop flyers as well. The Ifrit or the Eternal. One of those Drana. Flying First Strike. I guess here we just run at the Ifrit. Pass the turn. And block Drana. Even if they equip the Shadow Spear. Okay, they get an island though. And actually they can't get the Lockhammer out of the graveyard at the moment, because I don't have any cards in my graveyard. Hope to keep it that way. But I am tapped down right now, so my Storm Tamer is useless. They strategic planning, being one of the 3 cards, sending 2 more to the graveyard. They attach to Drana. Sure. For 1. Okay, well we are doing well right now. I guess we can attack with the Ifrit. We might just not block. That's fine. Okay. We're gonna kick Blink of an Eye. Bounce the Spear. Take down their flyer. Now the doors are open. Skies are clear. We can throw down 2 more flyers next turn. Though that is kind of risking getting punished by a Wrath. I do think that was a good play. Right, they had to pay 1 to replay it. They're going to pay 2 to equip it to something. Get rid of their flyer that I didn't really have any other way to deal with. So I think that was good. I think they probably shouldn't have blocked there. Because it's like, I don't know, begging the question, what do I have? Like a mono blue. I guess we do the plains now, but they haven't really seen any scary white cards, I don't think. Oh no, Vraska's Contempt, the Ifrit. Sure. Gain some life. Unsummon, that's nice as well. Nice little pickup. Guess we'll go to combat. Swing for 3 in the air. I don't know, there's a card. 7 cards in the graveyard at the moment. Play even Eternal. Oh, and I guess we left up the island unintentionally. Although we still have Unsummon we can use too. Or the play Nickel Bolus. Sure. Each opponent discards a card. It's an each. I can't sack this Storm Tamer to it. I guess we'll pitch a Pegasus. Play Shadow Spear, sure. Not gonna unsummon right now. Okay, Shakugeist is interesting. Do we have any other spirits on board right now? Negative. I guess we do unsummon Bolus here to start jamming. And collect Shakugeist. Now turn on Wind Robber as well. I can sack it to draw a card. They play Bolus though. Sure. Get your card. I don't know how many cards we have. 13 life, my opponent. Play a Glasspool Shore. Okay. He's in fact a spirit. I think we wait. Wait till they equip the spear, tap it down on their turn, swing in. Plus they might even use some like hand disruption stuff. Make me try to pitch a card. Now we have 3 cards in my graveyard, so we'll have to be mindful of that. They're 2 away from being able to exile, or exile them all and get locked from your back. They play land though. Equip it to nickel. To the Moors, sure. Haven't gained any life yet. Tap down nickel with the Geist. I can swing it for a ton. Opt as well. So if we attack with the Shacklegeist and the Spectral Sailor, 3 more damage in, but they're gonna crack back with nickel, so we can't do that. So we'll just send 4 at that. Alright, now they have 5 at them. Could opt. Maybe find another land. But I think holding on to the opt is okay. We don't know what we need yet. Not sure if we need a counter spell for something. We can also flip nickel whenever they want. They have the mana for it, right? They have 7. Swing for 4. Here's the Citadel. Okay. We have lethal actually though. Okay, that's not gonna help. Not gonna help. 4 life for my opponent. Blood Artist. Okay, 2 life. This deck looks pretty spicy though, although I guess they can priest now. We can sack the Storm Tamer to counter the ability. Tough call. They can get to 4 and draw a card. So whatever they had on top was either more than 2 or it was a land, so we want to draw another card. I guess either way we're going to have to sack something if we don't do this, so may as well just not draw a card. With the 5 life though. Changer's Edict. I guess now we'll opt. Bottom of Ventress. That's not good. Like the 1/1. They're gonna trigger the Witch though. Like Cranko, okay. Or 1 life. Okay, what are you gonna sack here? Wind Robber, I guess. Now we can actually also pump up Terramender. We could drew that land. So I think this one's going to be ours. Let's see. Taking which card to return to their hand. It's going to be a 2 life though total. Okay, there we go. Taking down Grixis. Okay, this looks like a mulligan. 5 lands and no creatures. And this looks better. Keep 6. I guess we send back the Guard Mage. Start with a Sailor, maybe draw a 2-drop. Or Curiosity, that'd be nice. Okay, opponent on mill. Okay. Mere mill, perhaps. The Ominous Sea, though. They evidently have some sort of control aspect, perhaps, or some card draw aspect. Jackalgeist is actually ideal here, because it is a spirit, and Spectral Sailor is a spirit, so we can tap things down like we did last time to Nicol Bolas. The old Nicoler. Okay, they mill 3 lands, not terrible. Play a plains here. I guess we just jam it. They would let it resolve. God, they have a Drown in the Lock. Sure. They should have gone with the Ifrit. We'll see. We'll see if that was a deathly mistake. Shortly, I imagine. They cycle something. They cycled a mill. Okay, well they're already up to 3 counters. Seems that they missed a land drop. Okay, well I guess we'll go to combat first. Hit them for 3. And my Ifrit. Next turn we can even Bubble Snare their Ruin Crab and go all the glitters for +2 power bump. I'll just play this out when I'm an untapped land. And just play the pile. This will enable us to kick Bubble Snare next turn if they do play a flyer. Okay, 21 cards left. Water Knot. Ifrit, okay. Blink of an Eye. It's interesting. It can bounce the token that they make. I guess we put it on the Sailor. I can... it's less damage that I'd lose if they removed it, right? This is a 2-2, this would be a 1-1. We are kind of stacking our threats in such a way there's more on the Sailor, right? Because it can kind of get me out of the pickle by just drawing cards. I do have the 4 mana now. It didn't do anything. You also have Blink of an Eye on the Water Knot, potentially. Should we care about them drawing a card? Probably not. We'll go to combat, hit for 2. I guess I'll just run out the Sailor now to get around a counter spell. I land past the turn. A little awkward that we can't kick Blink of an Eye because you only have 1 now untapped blue source. But we can just draw a card if we need to. Still have 16 cards in my library, so it's not like we are super imperiled. And they opt. Okay, so they're gonna get their token shortly. They put 1 on bottom. Okay. So like I said, they have enough counters to make a token. They can make a scary Leviathan, but we can't bounce it or Bubble Snare it, depending on when they choose to activate that effect. Probably do it at the end of my turn, so they can start slamming with it. That's fine, but we'll draw a card. Okay, another land. Take a damage. Another land. We'll go to combat. Oh, hit my opponent for 3. The air. They go to 6, and so they're dead on board technically because we have the bounce. I guess we'll just play at planes. I don't want to risk my life total. They're going to get an 8-8. And depending on what else they do, I might just let that hit me. Or I execute 10 damage potentially next turn. So we don't want to be too greedy here with my life, too unresponsible. I think for 10, sure. Go to 7. So you could blink of an eye the water knot, then even just snare there. Ah, it's tricky. That is tricky. So if we kick Blink of an Eye, we draw a card, they take the Bubble Snare. Don't have a way to deal with the token. So I guess we just kind of play the long game here. Or at least try to. They could have a counter spell. We do still have the tapping thing we can do on them. So we'll get rid of their token. Okay, they have a Thought Collapse. I take my Bubble Snare. Yep. Okay, Wind Robber or something. Only have 6 cards in their library, or in their graveyard though. I guess we play the Wind Robber. Play a Fountain. Play Witching Well, sure. Do some scrying. You already gained a life off of the familiar. Scared that they kept something on top though. Okay, we're going to tap down your 8/8. Hit me for 2. I guess we won't draw a card now. Because they could have Sorcery Speed discard. I don't want to lose my only card in my hand. What thing? Rune Crab. 7 cards left in my library. That's scary. One of the ways I could have won right there was the Cartouchic Knowledge or the Curiosity. They just draw 2 cards. Okay. Okay, Wind Robber of their own. I guess I'll just draw a card. Already at risk of decking myself. Unsummon, okay. So we could unsummon the Ifrit. I guess we'll attack with the Wind Robber first. Try to get theirs out of the way. They take the trade. Maybe they'll sacrifice theirs. Yep. Bounce the Ifrit. Play it. Pass. So we have them dead in the air anyway. I have to find an answer. 2 cards left. Oh man. Nope, we can figure out what they are. The Augur of Bolas try to dig for some answer, I guess. The Pegasus and a Guard Mage. Guard Mage is actually going to lose me the game, right? Potentially. Oh fuck. Whoops. Thought that was the end of the turn, not the combat step. I guess we still have lethal. Okay. Get you out of the card though. Great. Messed that one up. Supreme Will, they're digging. Take one of the cards. Is it going to be your 2-mana removal spell? 2. Oh my god. Oh, good game, opponent. Ooh. Almost a huge punt. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, so we saw they had Into the Royal. They had some counter magic. But they had that mill plan going as well, right? They had that, and that's nothing to scoff at. Yes, with some hand attacking, right? That agonizing remorse. Orange could actually be good against their tokens, potentially. It's 2 mana, get rid of it. Bubble Snare would be kind of meh against them. Good job bringing in the Gargoyle. They had a decent number of cards. It was 7 at the end, which maybe isn't that great. They did have some bounce, but they seemed like they didn't have all that much removal. And if we can just jam some flyers, might be able to just fly over their Krakens and whatnot. Now this looks like a spectacular hand. Spirit Dancer plus protection plus 2 artifacts or enchantments. Really, enchantments in this case, but hey, you do. My opponent for 1. The Fairy Vandal. Unfortunate, to say the least. They opt. Okay, so they get their first token. So next round, I guess we just go Cartouche of Knowledge plus Terramander. Guardian Idol. Okay, so they got some ramp going. Endurance is interesting as well. Draw a card, of course. Omen. Map 1 for 3. Play a Terramander. Next turn we can Ominous Seed and all the glitters potentially, but we do have to be wary. They do have bounce in their deck. So they had that, like I said, Into the Royal, I think, as opposed to what did that? Blink of an Eye. I think that's what I have. They play Ominous Sea. Okay, they pass. They have 3 mana up. Maybe for a counter spell. Play an Ominous Sea of our own as the bait. If they take it. Not we all the glitters. I guess we just go for it. It's just cast too, it's not even resolve or enter the battlefield, so it's pretty nice as well. Yeah, they Supreme Will, sure. Instead of draw the card though. Hit for 3. The more I think about it too, maybe Ominous Sea isn't really even for us. Like, we have Curiosity, we do have a fair number of little melee cards. Or not melee, like cantripy stuff. We have Opt. What else do we have? Blink of an Eye, I guess. Maybe Kicker. They're gonna be milling us though. No cards in the graveyard, instants or sorceries for Terramander. Play an island. Anything we could draw that would let us get in here. I mean, I'm probably just doing it, so I may as well. Maybe you could draw the Empyrean Eagle, get in for 4 damage instead of 3. Ifrit's an okay pickup as well, though. Can at least right now get through the Vandal. Or at least make it so they have to block either or, not both. Ah, the Eagle was on top. No. They play land, so 2 unknowns, they pass. Take the damage. Play Ventress. I guess we'll just Celindy Vision first, see what they have. Any counters. Or I send one of my lovely friends to their death. There's Unsummon or Blink. Guess we take Blink. Send all here. I don't think they're gonna block the Terramander. Okay, they block the Ifrit. Looks like. Okay, no combat tricks. What is 7? Yeah, mill me some more. Go to 15 cards off my library. Okay, 4 on their Ominous Seas. These are getting ominous, they're getting choppy. Waves are kicking around, swirling around. Okay, they get an Otter though, they have to do some digging. Last time they whiffed, will they whiff again? They do not, they get a Quench. Kind of bad when I know about it. And I already have, what, 6 mana? Excuse me, about to be 7. And we do have Lethal actually on board too. So unless this mystery card is a counterspell, a hard counterspell to be precise, we're going to be able to just swoop on in with the game here. And also I can buff Terramander, right? So they have to remove one of these creatures. They go in for 2. Presumably? Okay, they hit me for 2, sure. Okay, so we can play an island. Let's cast Blink of an Eye. Not kick it. Get rid of the Vandal. Well, I guess it is Flash, so maybe that was a bad move. Recycle Compelling Argument. They're all tapped out. We swing for 7. There we go. We'll play first. It's like an okay hand. T1, T2 plays. We also have winged words we can follow up with. Live and be cheap because of our flyer here. We'll play a Glacial Fortress, go to combat, hit for 1. I guess we Ominous Seas here. Alternate would be to get more pressure quick and get out the Siren's Storm Tamer. Kind of here and there. I'm not sure what my opponent's up to. Okay, green-white. Some kind of an aggro deck. So I guess we go to combat. My opponent for 1 in the air. We'll play Hallowed Fountain here. Go for the Aven Eternal. More fly power. Zebras help us with a 2-3, so that's why, partially why I wanted to play it now, because I thought I could block this unopposed, but alas, I cannot. Opponent has a Grateful Apparition, though. Okay, we do find an island. Here I think I am okay kicking to get rid of the apparition. The card. Hit for 3 in the air. The one good thing here is that I'm not sure a deck like this can easily deal with the token. It could have something like a pacifism effect that might not have it mainboard, and as long as I can keep whatever token proliferate nonsense they have, keep that to a minimum, I think I'll be okay. Okay, we'll start with the Winged Words. We could find Curiosity. Oh, there's an Eagle, actually. That is a suitable alternative. Jam, I guess. In 2 turns we're having our Ominous Seas go off. Unless we draw something that, like an opt. Cantrip. Yeah, they Wanderers strike my Eagle. It's pretty rude. But we can beef up Terramander next turn. Put a 9. I don't have any tokens to proliferate. Play an island. We do that, we get my opponent to 5. We attack with 1 more, we get them to 4. Or we could play Siren Storm Tamer and the Wind Robber. 1 card in the graveyard. I think I'm okay swinging these 2. Adapting Terramander. What is he? Yeah. I wanted to say mutate or evolve or something, but that is the older mechanic. This is adapt. Knight of Autumn, gain life, I presume, or are they going to kill Ominous Seas? When they kill Ominous Seas, okay. Gain some life. Swing. So here, we'll go to 5. I could crack back though. With lethal, that have to block the Terramander. We say no blocks, because we have 2 follow-up blockers as well. No help from the deck, it looks like, but I guess we'll just... Well, if we tag with both, I guess leaving the 1-1, or setting the 1-1 doesn't really do much. It would take them to 3. I'll play a Vantress, Wind Robber. I can actually use Vantress, right? Yeah, that'd be nice too. Okay. They see the horde of flyers bearing down upon them and they have had enough. Gargoyle could be good here. It is a lot easier to block than it is to attack with. And if we just, have that as a decent blocker, big wall could be enough for us. We soar to success. I'm gonna see is maybe we take out instead. Like I say, take out or put in something that's a bit more resilient. I don't know if it's resilient per se, but a bit more defensive. They can help stall my opponent. Essence Scatter is also interesting. They seem to be very creature heavy. Maybe swap out Neutralize for Essence Scatter, a little cheaper. Probably going to do just about the same thing, I'd have to imagine. Yes, we keep. So Pegasus, go Gargoyle. And Chaos for 1. Okay, I guess we're gonna Gargoyle. Oh, they have black too, interesting. They're looking at my board and realizing quickly, I imagine that yeah, can't attack. Oh, I guess we'll play an island here. Go Windwards. It's possible I draw a 1 mana creature, but alas I do not. We'll pass the turn. Ranger of ES, okay. I'm a Pelt Collector and Aspirant, okay. Singer is interesting. I guess we play Vantress and pass. Everything but the Cartouche is instant speed, right? So. By Pelt Collector, yep. The deck actually is pretty good, it looks like. Especially when they start with a fast chaos. I guess we'll mill each player card. I guess you really should run out the Singer. All the glitters, okay. We're still about to get like slammed on the ground though. No, all that glitters the Singer and just gotta force it, I guess. Unless they have a kill spell or something? Removal? Okay, yeah, that's gonna be it, I think. That was a really long shot, buffing that Singer up to be strong enough. Yeah, I don't know. Gargoyle, it's hit and miss, I think. Hit or miss. That can does seem like they have a lot of spells. We just saw one that could tap 2, so we tap that and something else, and we just kill my deckhand. It is a tough call. I guess we'll try sending it back. Okay, this hand looks fairly aggressive. 1 drop, 2 drop, cartouche. Start with the Pug Collector, sure. Probably gonna get another creature down. Buff up the Pulp Collector, so I don't think it's worth it trying to grab their creature with the Singer. Bolt in Godless Shrine. Okay, yep, there's the Scoos, as we predicted. Aiming for 2. Sure thing. Play Visions. Tapped. Go to combat. Hit for 3. I guess here we can hold up the Singer. Block maybe the Scoos. Debuff the Pelt. Also leave up mana for a potential protectability from the Storm Tamer. Play an Apparition, sure, and that is something I could pick off. They smell something. See that hesitance in attacking. No point in blocking. Okay, Fund of Ventress. It's pretty good. So I guess we send. We're sending. No, I think we sent. Follow up with an Eternal and a Bubble Snare probably. Yeah, they take the trade. Mass going on. We can. How do we want a Bubble Snare actually? I guess I'll just Bubble Snare the Pulp Collector. If they want to make the Scoos a 3/3, it's going to cost them mana. Slow them down, hopefully. Azorius the Tenant. On the Scoos, sure. You hit me for 3. Back for 2. So at the moment we can crack back for 7, I want to say. Yeah, and so they'll be dead next turn. Although they can gain 2 life. Guardmage is interesting as well. It's going to be a blocker for the Vanguard. It's going to draw me a card, gain me some life. As it stands, we're going to be taking them down to 8. And then they can gain 1 life right now if the Scoos, because they only have 1 forest. It would be up to 9. And then we would have 7. And then 2 if we play the cartouche on the Amass token. Yeah, that seems like a good plan. So we'll swing 5 in the air. I guess they are going to gain 1 more from the Vanguard, but we'll see what they do with their mana here. It is a shame I don't have another land. Excuse me, but the Spectral Sailor can actually tap down something now too. We have the, if we play it. You do find a flying blocker though, which is a bit annoying. Swing out here. Just suspicious. Do I care enough about the 2 damage? If I don't block, I'll be going to 9. We just don't block. Okay, yep, they gain life though, they go to 10. 8. Yeah, the pump there, yep. Play an island. So they can gain 2 more life next turn. Into 12. So 6 damage coming at them. Block 2 of it. They would go to 6, and they have 8 total. Gonna gain 2 more. Crack back with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, so as it stands, you can block the Vanguard for free. You have to block the skews, I imagine, save the most life. As long as they don't have a pump spell, we crack back for 8. I guess not 8, right? Another +1, +2. I guess I should have attacked last turn with the Singer. Gotten a 1 more point lower. But then they'd be taking 2 more damage. Maybe more if they have a pump spell. Okay, go to 5. We have a Spectral Sailor, we can draw a card with it as well. Or we could Castle Vantress. Scrying versus drawing. So all the glitters would do it. Empyrean Eagle would do it. But again, of course, we have to see what they follow up with. See how risky they want to play it here. They want to live up the green mana. Play the Chaos, okay. Not anything to worry about. We flash in Spectral Sailor, 6 power. Do get to draw a card off the cartouche, so I think we run out the Spectral here. Draw a card with it, of course. Terran Commander, Wind Robber. So we cartouche. We do have that 1 mana up. Only have 7 damage exactly. Do we send 4 at them? Get them to 3, go Terramander, Wind Robber. gonna buff up everything with Micaeus. We're gonna have to block Lieutenant and the Scoos to survive, so we need 2 blockers back. I guess we cartouche, because we're not gonna use my full mana anyway. May as well get the extra damage in. And it is still possible we find it out here, find all the glitters, and just win. Okay, that is not what we find. Then we find the Glacial Fortress. Go to combat. Send 5. Go to 3. Got a couple of blockers here. Now they're gonna gain 2, they're gonna go up to 5 max, with what we know about their board right now. And for jumping, gonna be Singer, Sailor, and Robber, I guess. Terramander is also just a one-shot, though we can't actually do it because I don't have any instance resources in my graveyard right now, so maybe I should be prioritizing blocking with that instead. It's close. It's neck and neck. Okay, doing that pre-combat is interesting. Are they gonna proliferate? Scary. Looking around, scary indeed. They exile the Guard Mage. Okay. They're jamming. Alright. So what can we do here? Well, we have to block the Scoos. I guess if I block here, I don't have to block Tenant. Block over here. Block here. Go to 2. Get a card draw off the Sailor. This is 8, right? Yeah, I don't have enough for it. And it dead in the water there. They don't have any creatures or much in their graveyard, so we can't sack the Wind Robber. Yeah, I think that's the best we can do. Got 2 life. Okay. Yes! Yes! That is gonna do it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What a steal. Stealing that trophy from the jaws of defeat. We take it home with Azorius, flyers, kind of auras as well, but it was fun. I hope you liked the journey, all that calculation that we have had to do, but they all, in the end, paid off. And I will see you next time. Big Mitts out.